Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Sense of South Jersey with me, Kellen. And I'm finally getting a chance to reply to the tag video that Trey sent. And again, great channel. Check him out if you haven't. He tagged me recently in a fragrance video list for a 4 for life. So I'm picking 4 fragrances, not if I can only pick just 4, because that's really difficult. I'm not there yet, not prepared for that yet, but I'm picking 4 that I would never not have in my collection. So these are 4 fragrances that are, some of them have kind of a nostalgic feel that I remember from when I was young. Some of them I've discovered more recently, and one of them in particular is really the one that I think kickstarted my interest in different colognes, past having really only like 2 or 3 max at a time. So I have 1 honorable mention, and then I got 4 that I would never not have in the collection. So first we'll look at the honorable mention. Most of these are in the classic realm, which are the type of fragrances that I like, but this one, Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, and I was lucky enough finally to track down a vintage version, and God, this stuff is amazing. And I was fortunate that it didn't go like sour. I had a couple fragrances that I got that were vintage that I've just sent back because they were not at all what I wanted them to smell like, and you could tell had that vinegar smell. They were just really, really old, and they didn't do so hot. So whereas this is just a fresh, mossy barbershop type of style fragrance. It's a splash bottle, so it's hard to really test. But this one, it's a little more mossy than the one that's out now, the newer formulation. Newer formulation's awesome. I really like it. This one is just a little bit deeper than that one too. So for whatever reason, this one didn't make the cut. There's a couple others here in this list that I think I like a little bit better than this, but this one's awesome and it made the honorable mention. So I don't know if any of you guys have tried the vintage version of Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, but it is just a green, mossy, masculine barbershop, just masterpiece. This is amazing. So definitely check this one out. I'm going to start with one that I think I remember as a child because my dad would wear it, and so did his father. It's an Italian cologne. It's a barbershop cologne. I've done a review on it a while ago, but I haven't really touched on it since then. And I've worn it a few times. It's Acqua di Selva by Visconti di Madrone. Originally, it was by Victor, and I think that company then changed hands. So again, this is a list video, so I'm not going to go into the presentation. Although the last time I did the video on this fragrance, I had the big splash bottle. Now I have this bottle, which I like because it's the built-in sprayer. It's the original bottle look, and I think this one may be an older formulation too. So I actually have this one on a test strip since I'm going to be showing a couple different fragrances in this video. And it's just a fresh, piney green, citrus bergamot, a little bit of mint mix in there. It's a real masculine scent, but it's not overbearing. It's very fresh, almost like you're walking through the forest after with a brisk breeze or some sort, if you could make a description that way. This scent, my dad would wear it. It's not the best performer in the world. You're probably only going to get 5 hours out of it. You can apply it heavily, but I remember this one as a kid, and this is something that it really smells so nice, and it's just a classic Italian fragrance that I would never not want to have in my collection. So should definitely check this one out. This is definitely going to be in a spring list that I'm going to make. I'm going to make one of those soon. I think of some scents that I'm really going to enjoy in this upcoming sort of cooler weather, but not so cold to where you need really heavy scents. But this is definitely a very green, piney, citrus, but more of a less on and a little bit of musk in there too. Less like super summer lemon, but it's just got it's a distinct scent, and that's why it's so unique and why I really enjoy it a lot. So this one is an awesome fragrance that I always want to have this one in my collection. So the next one, sticking with the Italian theme, is probably the one that I smelled after Acqua di Selva. So I've had Acqua di Selva before, just around my home growing up, and I kind of rediscovered it once I get into fragrances. But when I was searching for a fragrance that had every single product to match so I could layer it like I tend to like to do, one stuck out because it's got everything. More products to match the scent than anyone I've ever seen. And this is classic Italian fragrance from 1916 from the house of Acqua di Parma. It's the original Acqua di Parma Colonia. So this fragrance is a super barbershop, fresh, citrus, musky scent. It's masculine, but not overbearing. I think its performance is pretty good for an eau de cologne concentration. It is one that I think really Just, it's such a fresh scent. Like you could wear this one definitely, probably all year round if you wanted to. The musk kind of would work in the cooler weather, but I think this one is like a spring, summer, and fall scent. Best why, because it's, the performance isn't quite super strong, so you can apply a lot of it. I've gone through so many bottles of this one. I have a little bit of a dent in this bottle because I've been obviously wearing other fragrances, but this one really started it for me with the fragrance journey. The citrus, the musk. It's such a good scent, and it's very fresh, super clean, great out of the shower fragrance, great after barbershop fragrance. This one, I will always have this in my collection, along with all the other things that they carry, like the aftershave. They've got the aftershave balm. They've got anything you can think of, shower gel. You can take a look. Just the bottle itself is just so cool. I really love this one. This is a great fragrance for sure, and one that I'll always have in my collection. They have a ton of flankers, especially in the Colonial line. I have Essenza, I have Intensa. Those are great, but this one blows them out of the water, in my opinion. This is the best out of all of those. I don't have Club. That's the one I'm interested in getting. And they have an ingredient line, which is a little bit of a higher end line, a little bit better ingredients, obviously, hence the name. But this one is the best, in my opinion, and they've got all the products to match this one for sure. So I will always have Acqua di Parma Cologne in my collection. Next. This is the only fragrance here where the formulation that I'm holding is discontinued, not including the Paco Rabanne, because obviously the reformulation of that is still pretty good. So I was wishy-washy on adding this one to the collection, but I just love it so much, and I'm never going to be without it because I own so many bottles of it, because I purchased so many of them when I found out that there was a distributor that had a bunch of the original formula, and it is from the house of Caesar's World Casino. It is Caesar's Man. This stuff is just an awesome scent. Comes off with a fresh apple right off the bat, and then it gets into the lavender, and it's a very, very, just similar to Drakkar Noir. I would have put Drakkar Noir in this place, but I just know I like this better than Drakkar Noir. Again, it's got that mossy, green, fresh scent, very masculine, very just of the era of the 80s, but Caesar's probably one of my hands-down favorite fragrances. I got the aftershave now. I've got the aftershave balm. So those things all match and really layer well with this. It's a very masculine scent, one that I always want to have. And if I have to run out of everything and I have to get another bottle, I would absolutely pay whatever the eBay price is for this one, because I really, really, really enjoy it too. It smells so good. It lasts performance-wise. This is an easily 8+ hour performance. And with this formulation, the new formulation will last about 8 to 10 minutes as opposed to 8 to 10 hours. So this one's amazing. It's just got that real fret. Like you just feel like, I always said, like a Roman soldier wearing this one as you're passing through over the Rubicon or through the woods in Italy. It's an amazing fragrance. I really, really enjoy this one. The detail to the bottle is really, really cool. It's one that I think is just not only presentation, performance, but the scent is just amazing. So definitely check this one out if you haven't. There's some eBay sellers that have some 30 ml bottles that are not selling for that much. I would say maybe $20 of the original formulation. So check it out for sure. And finally, one of the last 4 fragrances in this list that I would definitely always want to have in my collection. Really got into it, I would say, this past year, and it is the White Knight, Kouros. This is just a whole other animal of just a in-your-face, animalic, civet, just musk. This scent is amazing. Not only does it perform like a beast, but it smells amazing too. It's unique. There are not many other fragrances I've ever smelled in my life that are like this. This one, I never want to not be without. This one is insane. This is an amazing fragrance. I want to have this one forever. It lasts forever. I sprayed it on the test strip, and it's all I can smell out of any of these fragrances. It like crushes each one of these ones in performance. The closest one that even comes close to it is going to be Caesar's, and that still doesn't even come close to the projection that this one has. All of them have decent projection. Caesar's has got great projection, but Kouros just blows it out of the water. The description of it, it's hard to even describe. It's got almost like somewhat of a just musky, dirty, kind of like locker room, but fruit at the same time. And, with a little bit of like a deodorant, but it's just fresh and, very, very masculine too. So this scent, if you haven't tried it and you like powerhouses, this one is the best of the best. I really love it. So all of these that are on this list are ones that I always want to have in my collection. And it was really hard for me to make the list, so this took a while to pick out. So again, thank you everyone who watched, and thanks Trey Sense for your patience on this list. It just took me a minute. And hope everyone out there is, given the state crisis that's going on, is staying safe, staying clean, and spraying your cologne on your upper wrist so when you wash your hands every 15 minutes, your scent doesn't go away. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Tell me what you think of the list, what you think of the fragrances that are on it. I'm going to make some more videos soon. So talk to you guys later. Take care.